Hey guys, it's Joshy here and I'm back with another Sun and Moon challenge video. Now this one was a really fun challenge. As you can see here, it's on the screen. I had to use confusion status only. I was not allowed to use any attacking moves and only 2 Pokemon were allowed to use Swagger. Now as you can imagine, these were long battles, so they are sped up completely. They're double time the whole way through, so you know, we'll get through this. I know it's not a short video, but if I sped it up too much faster, it just didn't look right and it didn't give you a chance to explain what was going on. Okay, so this Frostlass is a Snowcloak Frostlass with Hail, Attract, Block, which is an egg move, which is pretty cool, and Confusion Ray. So obviously I'm wearing them down with Confusion and Hail, but then I'm lessening the chance of them being able to hit. Now, I will use some of these guys individually later, but I try not to have too many battles with this team. Also, this one's against Lucy, Girl Gamer, which I always call Gamer Girl in my head, of Pimp Knight's chat, and yeah, so this will just show you how it goes. So she swaps out there after she's attracted, as a lot of people do. That's why the block's really good. You stick them in there and they get pretty stuffed up. Anyway, so he hits himself in Confusion. Now, this Wormadam is Overcoat, which is really cool. Now, I can't tell if someone's got a fire move, which a little bit sometimes can help, but I am able to at least not get hit by the Hail if I switch into the Hail. Now, unfortunately as well for my team, you'll see a Pokemon will come out later, which is OU, while the rest are actually a lot lower, so that did actually stuff up. Now, I was hoping here he'd miss on the Waterfall, but unfortunately it's a high damage roll, and that Dugong is going to take out my Frostlass, so that's one down to me. And I thought, okay, we'll just bring back in the Wormadam here now. Frostlass was max HP, max speed, while Wormadam is max HP, mixed defenses. So I thought I'll go for the attract here, work it down. And then Dugong swaps out and she brings in Miss Magius, which was alright. I was a little worried about the Mystic Fire. I thought that could possibly be in there, but I thought I'm gonna take it and see what happens. So she actually goes for the Hex. I'm like, okay, not too much. And unfortunately, if she gets through the Confusion, I'm going down next turn, but I haven't got really much of a choice, and there's nothing I really want to swap into this at this point. But then she swaps out and brings in the Golbat, which worked alright for me because I got to get my rest off, because this is actually a Resto Chesto. So I am Attract, Toxic, Swagger, Resto, Chesto. So it actually makes a really cool set, and actually gets to see more of the light of day in the next one. Now, this Aromatisse I hate. I hated versing that with this team, because not only did it have Aromatherapy, which sucked ass, it also has, which it'll show in a second, Wish, which doubly sucks ass, and then on top of that has well, I can't remember what the bloody ability was called, which screwed me over, because anything that limits its moves, like Attract, for some stupid reason, or Taunt, or anything like that, cannot be used, and I also keep forgetting, plus don't know exactly which ones. So anyway, the Dugong is now poisoned, which is alright. It's going to be able to wear down. So I went for the Swagger. Now, obviously, this does have a double-edged blade. It can hurt me if he gets through the Confusion, or doesn't actually hit himself at all and just breaks out of it, which pisses me off. So, obviously, it's going to get through the Confusion, because Random Number Generator can really hate me some matches. Other matches, alright, but some other matches, yeah, not so much. So this Dugong's really in a bad position. So I thought I'd bring out my Ninetales, which is the OU Pokemon, which did push this up a tier. So obviously I'm going to be in Aurora Veil set with Toxic, Confusion Ray, Aurora Veil, and can't remember the last move. We'll find out anyway. Anyway, so I'm going for the Confusion Ray, whatever comes in. So at least I've got one Pokemon down on her team. And then she's going for the Body Slam. So, okay, I'm probably poisoned. And I didn't get poisoned, so that was cool. And I was, tossing out what to do here. I wasn't sure. I thought, oh, which way do we go? And I thought, oh, well, I'm going for the Toxic, actually, because I need to get the poison on this thing. Because as much as it's a Confusion team, I was only relying on them hitting themselves in Confusion, I really doubt I'd ever win a match. So you got to work it with things. Now, also playing tiers, which I usually do, you can't just use evasioncy moves, so, boost up and then go for Confusion. So you got to be careful with that too. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to bring in my Sableye here because physical attacker. And then she swaps out as well. I'm like, damn it, okay, well, what should I do? Now, I am obviously a prankster, max HP, max defense Sableye. And I went for the Taunt, obviously, because I'm an idiot. And wasted a turn completely. And I was like, damn it. And I thought, oh, well, I'm going for Flutter. Yes, okay, I've raised a special attack, but I have been able to confuse. So hopefully Aromatisse will hit itself in Confusion, which it does. So I'm like, good. That's one turn without it. doing anything else. And I thought, oh well, I'll swap back out. I'll bring in Ninetales again. I can start getting more hail damage, and I can possibly Toxic it. If I believe I carried the Toxic on here. Yeah, I did. And hits itself in Confusion twice. So I'm like, oh, we're not hating on me at the moment. Unusual. But anyway, so unfortunately this Leftovers is screwing me over. So I thought, okay, Encore was my other move. That's right. And I forgot again that I can't use Encore because of its bloody ability. So another wasted turn. I could have Toxic, got something up that was worthwhile. An Aurora Veil, anything, but no. So anyway, this turn I was like, okay, well, I'll get the Toxic up because this thing's not going to go for the Aromatherapy this turn. And then hopefully it'll hit itself in Confusion. But I was wrong. It went for the Aromatherapy this turn, predicting that Toxic. So, as I said, I hated this Pokemon, and it was the bane of this battle that just absolutely walled me so much that it could have just pissed off, honestly. But what do? Nothing I can do. It's part of the battle. So, I'm going to get hit by... Actually, that music sound effect there worked, if it lines up as well, worked pretty well with Moonblast. Anyway, back to the thing. So, the only thing is this Toxic damage again, so... And then Lucy does pull it out and sends in Excelgor, which is another annoying Pokemon, so at least I got the Confusion on it. I know it's going to be fast. The Hails stops, unfortunately, which sucks because that could have easily broken a Focus Sash, which I would be more than certain it has. Then it gets through the Confusion and also hits a Focus Miss, so I'm like, yay! So I thought, let's bring Casanova, which is my shiny Volbeat with Prankster, which I actually bred back in, I don't know if it was X or Alpha Sapphire. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I bred like a heap of these hoping for Casanova, and I got him. And honestly, I love this little baby bug. And look at him bounce around, he's so cute. So I actually was so pumped when they got a defense boost in this game, so I couldn't have asked for anything more. So anyway, he's going to swap back out into Angelica, and I've gone for the Confide again. So I am a Confide, Confide, Confusion Ray, Toxic. Oh, I have to wait for me to use it now. I can't remember what the damn thing's called. Far out. And anyway, I got mixed defenses, I believe, and max HP. So, I am trying to remember. I've got Normalium Z on this guy, because Confide can raise my special defense if I really wanted to. But, I'm trying to remember the move off the top of my damn head that he has that works really well, but I can't think of it now. I can't remember if I had it as an egg move or if I was able to TM it or level up, but we will see it. I'm so sorry, guys. The word is slipping out my mouth here. So anyway, he gets a Rock Slide through, so that is doing a bit, but the Toxic's going to take him out next turn, so it's going alright, or at least get close. So here I go for the Z move, which I will be able to tell you which one it is off the top. And where are we? That's it, Z Psych Up. So I TM Psych Up because Z Psych Up actually re-heals your HP. So I'm back to full HP. So now I am paralyzed, which sucks, but at least with Prankster I have priority on my moves. So unfortunately the Toxic didn't take him out. I'm able to get the Confusion Ray off again, but it's all now going to depend on whether it hits itself in Confusion or not, and it does, so I am not going down that turn, thank goodness. So I'm able to take out a second Pokemon. And so now, I thought, oh, I'll get the Confusion Ray off on this Golbat. We'll see where we can go from here. It's probably going to be a physical attacker, but it does a little bit of damage to itself, so I was happy with that. And I thought, oh, well, I can't do much else, so I'm going to swap into my Sableye here. Golbat obviously is going to snap out of Confusion on the second turn and go for a Brave Bird, which I just survived, which is really good. Max, as I said, max HP, max defense, so it really helped out. So I went for the Recover. I thought if he hits me again, that's fine. I'm get the HP back. I recover more than he's taking off, and then recoil damage is going to go from there. So I thought, oh well, this turn I'll go for a Flatter. Hopefully it'll hit itself in Confusion once with the raised boost, but it doesn't, and it goes straight through with the Bug Buzz and takes out Sableye. So that sucks. Just sucks, because it would have done really close to taking itself out with that, or at least a lot of damage. So I thought, oh well, I'll bring him bring back in Casanova, and I believe I went for Confide again, just to drop its special attack again. I know giving the boost sucks, but it's like as I said, giving it a boost can really help if it hits itself in Confusion. It does more damage, but yeah. So then, anyway, gets for the Bug Buzz again, almost takes me out. I just survive, and so I don't get the substitute off with my Purugly, which is a really cool set, which I actually had against Pimp Knight in one battle, and I think I took out 4 of his Pokemon with it. I mean, they weren't the best Pokemon. Now, the reason she went for Spikes here, and I quote, she said, "I want to keep playing with this kitty." So we had a bit to go with this one, but we'll she could have won there, but she decided nope, she wants to keep playing for a little bit. So at least I get to take out the third one. So that's alright. So Golbat comes in and I thought, okay, well, I'll go for the Hypnosis. Now this is a max speed, max HP, which is the same with, I believe, Frostlass and Ninetales. And it has Hypnosis, Swagger, Substitute, and Assist. Now, Assist can be really good when you use it with teams like this, or just random teams where it's just the only one, like with all the status moves. But with the Sub and Swagger and everything, it could cause a little damage. But unfortunately, which I like, the ability Infiltrator, she wakes up, snaps out of confusion instantly, and takes me out, which sucks. So we're going to get straight into the next battle because this one's a bit longer. So this one's against Eckhard. So I thought I'll lead off with my Ninetales this time. He leads off with Bibarel. The last one I lost 3-1, so you can see how hard the team is. So anyway, I led off. I thought I'm going to go for the Confusion Ray straight off the bat because if this thing's going for stat boosts or anything, I would rather get it to possibly hit itself in Confusion before, encountering any other problems. So it goes for the Skull Bash. So it gets a double boost in defense, but it doesn't matter so much to me. And then breaks out of Confusion immediately, of course. But luckily, I got the Aurora Veil up, so I'm not going to take too much damage from it. And I thought I could go for the Confusion again, but at this point, I'd rather get the Toxic off and just start wearing it down with the mixture of Hail and Toxic. So I thought, oh, well, I'm going back for the Confusion Ray. Get this thing confused again. Hopefully it'll actually hit itself in confusion or spend a couple of turns confused, but now we're going to get straight through with the Waterfall. So I haven't got much HP left, but luckily the leftovers on this Ninetales, I swapped lefties out on this one for a Light Clay, which I was meant to have the first time, but I stuffed up. So at least Aurora Veil is going to last a bit longer. So this thing finally hits itself in confusion, plus the Toxic takes it down low, but it's going to go back up. So I thought, oh, well, I'll go for a Taunt here because I was expecting it to possibly have a Swords Dance and maybe need it with the Aurora Veil and a max defense Pokemon, but no, it doesn't bother. So I thought, oh, well, I'll just go for the Recover, just get my HP back. I can't really do anything to it at this point, and the Toxic has worn up enough that is pretty much almost going to take it down. So this turn it goes for the Aqua Jet, and I went for the Flatter, which I really wish I should have just gone for the Recover again, but I didn't want to just sit here recovering in case he did swap. And so that's going to go down to the Toxic finally, so that's fine. I've started with a lead for once, which was cool. So Lurantis comes in, and I went for the Flatter. I thought, okay, if this is a special set, I really need to do this. So he actually gets through the confusion, as almost always, and goes for the Z move. And I always see the Fire Z move and freak out, don't know why, and then realise it's Sunny Day. So he's given himself a boost in speed, but luckily, as I said, I am a prankster and I got the confusion off, so this can be really bad. But snaps out of confusion after one turn without hitting himself, that's fine. But I swapped into Wormadam, and you will see why Wormadam made the thumbnail in this battle. So anyway, he swaps back out into Turtonator, and I was like, okay, well, I went for Attract because most of his Pokemon are actually men in this team, which worked out really well. And I went for Swagger and missed, but luckily he's immobilized by Love. And I thought, you know what, I'm going for Swagger again. I am ballsy. This Wormadam has bigger balls than most of his male team, I tell you, because he stays in and hits himself in confusion. Now the Sunlight is also faded, isn't great for him, that he's actually going to swap out. Yes, that's right, you guys, we saw a Turtonator swap out against a Wormadam. Now that's one thing you would not see every battle, and I mean a trashy Wormadam. So I went for the Toxic there. I thought if he stays in, he gets Toxic, but no. So I swapped into Perugly, not knowing if I was facing a physical or a special set, but the big thing was I am thick fat Perugly, so I knew a Fire move was pretty much inevitable, so I was able to take that with virtually no damage whatsoever. So he swaps out of the Manectric into his King Dedede, the Empoleon. So I thought I'm going for a Swagger because he's physical, once again, give him the boost doesn't help, but getting him stuck in anyway. So here I swapped out. I thought this could be a good chance just to bring in Sableye because I'm see what happens, and it is a physical, so I'm like, okay, that's not great for me, but I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp here because that way I can at least burn him and he's not going to be doing as much damage, and hopefully the combination with a bit of burn, confusion, that we can work stuff out. So does take a bit from there, breaks out of confusion, of course, and goes for the Aqua Jet, so takes Sableye down. So I don't have anything else, can use Sableye, which sucks, but I have Casanova, so at least I have another prankster Pokemon sitting in the back. So I brought in Ninetales here. I thought, okay, this could be a good opportunity. I'll set up the Hail here with this and get the Aurora Veil going, probably go down, which doesn't worry me because at least the Aurora Veil's up. So obviously Steel Wing from that HP, I'm going down even with Aurora Veil, no bother. So unfortunately, I discovered this thing is obviously leftovers. So at least the hail and burn combination is good. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to go for a track to start off with. That's a good start in my opinion. Hopefully he'll hit himself, not hit himself, but be immobilized, which he is. Takes a bit of hail damage, heals it back, but then the burn damage is slowly, and I mean very slowly, wearing him down. So I thought, okay, well now I'm going to go for Confusion Ray. And this thing is burnt, so he's more likely not to swap out, just for the simple fact, unless he has aromatherapy, which I'm 100% sure he doesn't. He's going to just try and get through all this just to hit me, because this thing is, not much left. But then I thought, I'm going for it this turn, so I used Block. And this is where I apologize profusely, because I'm sorry I had to do this, but this was my ultimate chance, and I was making this Frostlass work. So unfortunately a Toxic, which, you can't really do without corrosion or changing his type, I couldn't poison this King Dedede, so the burn was the best thing anyway. So I thought at least with the combination with hail, the damage he takes every turn from hail at least cancels out the healing, so then the burn can take him down, and then we just use Confusion as a bonus for bigger damage. So he snaps out of Confusion and gets through and goes for the Steel Wing and hits me, which sucks because I am Bright Powder, as I said, Bright Powder Snow Cloak, so I have got a bit of an evasioncy boost, but never really made a difference in any of my battles, which sucked, but I'm sure I'll get it to make a difference later on down the track somewhere. So I get the Confusion Ray off against King Dedede, gets through, immobilized by Love, takes the hail, takes the burn, heals a little bit, so it's a little bit every turn. Also, as I said, you can see this part's a long part. I should use this part to give a shout out to Seaweaves, who is doing a lot of the openings and closings to my videos, which is pretty cool, and it does help out, means I don't have to sit here and fiddle with them. And they are interesting, so the information at the end of the video is there down in the bottom corner to look at, to go check out his Instagram and everything, so you should go check it out. Like, there's some pretty fun memey stuff and everything there. Anyway, gets through again, gets another Steel Wing off, which sucks, which does hit, so I'm left on minimal health, but he's got, not too much left either. We're working him down, so we're getting there. And so he's already confused, but I went for the Confusion Ray again, obviously. And lucky he's immobilized by Love, so I'm gonna have to confuse him again. So he's obviously going for Aqua Jet. Luckily for me, immobilized again. So this time it's not going too bad for me. So unfortunately he's not taking any damage because of the equal healing to loss. So I thought, get the hail back up so he loses more. If I go down this turn, that sucks. But I wanted to be able to just trap this thing in and really work this problem child, so to say, out. Frostlass can do this. So he's almost down there. If it was, hail, then burn together, we would have taken him out, but didn't help. So I couldn't do anything else, so I was just using Attract, obviously. So he's immobilized by Love again, gets hit by hail, just survives. It had to be 1 health. And again, if it was a different way around with lefties last, I would have, but no, can't do anything. So anyway, gets through Confusion, and gets through Love, and obviously hits me, so I'm going down this turn, which sucks, but it's hailing and it's burning and you're going down, so take that. So that was a really cool play. Frostlass got to be real stally ass, but damn well got some stuff done. So Jake, that's how you stall as well. You should see some of this team. So anyway, I bought him Perugly. I was thinking the prediction might be coming, but I still was going to swap anyway. I didn't want to take damage at the moment on the Wormadam. And if I could get rid of this, I wasn't as afraid of his team. Now, Wormadam is actually 6 max IVs and I believe a base nature or something like minus special attack, max defense or something. So I kept it because I thought no problem being a little faster than others. But yeah, so I don't have enough for my substitute, which does suck because he gets through there. But at least what my plan at this stage was, I'm at least just wearing out his poison. And that's what I wanted to do, get him working up so he's not got really hardly any left. And that way I can go from there. So I thought I'll bring in Casanova here. I can go for a Confusion Ray, and that way if he hits himself in Confusion, he's down. If he doesn't, well, at least he's down from the poison. So he does get through, but that does under half, because Casanova's actually got some nice bulk now. So he's going to go down there. So this time he actually brings in his Zoroark, which is really cool. And he goes for the Giga Impact, which is going to immediately take out Casanova there. So I can't be doing it too much about that, but that's alright. So I thought, oh well, I've got Wormadam left, let's see what I can do. If I can kill another one, I'll be happy with it. We'll see what happens. So I go for the Swagger, and it doesn't do much, but the Foul Play's not going to do much because it's relying on my attack power, which really does help in this case with the Foul Play. So anyway, you're just going to swap out. Obviously, you'll swap into your Turtonator. You've got a Toxic Trash Cloak Wormadam sitting here. So I thought, okay, I've really got to get this working in my favour here. Now, I am faster, which is a big thing. So I get the Attract off, so I'm like, okay, please hit yourself in love or have something weaker fire move. Hit yourself in love. It's immobilized by love. So now I'm going to get the Swagger off because I'm like, okay, now if I can get this working as well, this is going to be really good and work him down. So he does hit himself in Confusion. So this is really working well. I'm like, okay, please, come on. I'd love to just take this thing out. So I go for Swagger again. I thought I've got nothing to lose. And he's going to go going for a fire move and, more damage because of it. So thanks to the second Swagger, I was actually able to take him out there. So you will not see that either, causing a swap from a fire Pokemon to a Turtonator. And as well, we are able to take it out with a Wormadam. So anyway, in comes Lurantis, or so you think. And I go for the Attract, get there, but not doing too much damage. I get the Swagger off the second turn, so that was a very risky play, and I knew it was there because I would have been better resting for safe, but I thought, no, I need this to work. Gets through Confusion, I've crossed everything. Yes, immobilized by love, so I'm like, awesome. Okay, so Resto Chesto time, get my health back, and we can go from there. So, fully healed, and I mean, massive eye roll on Ekkard's side. I know he was salty as fuck, obviously, versing some of this team. So, get the Toxic off this turn, immobilized by love. I'm like, okay, this is going well. This is what I want. I've healed up. Can't do too much to me, but with the Swaggers, obviously, is going to be doing more damage. Immobilized by love again. I can't do nothing, so I'm going to, PP waste Attract at this stage because I only need one left or a couple left. Hits itself in Confusion, and thanks to these extra Swaggers, has, massive damage on itself. So that Toxic is going to put it in range. This turn, whatever happens, he's going down. Snaps out of Confusion, but gets through, unfortunately, so gets a Giga Impact. It may not be very effective, but with, a lot of attack boosts, I lose over half health. So this puts me in good range. So that's actually Zoroark down there. So now the real Lurantis comes out. So I'm like, okay, this is where it gets a bit iffy. So I saw before it has Solar Blade. I don't know what else it carries, and I was worried about it carrying Weather Ball, but I thought, you know what? Take me out at this stage. I'm happy. This is like Wormadam, massive work. Honestly. Then it's Mobilized by Love. So I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I'm going to have to take the risk of a rest here and just go for it and see what happens. And so he gets through, and he has Solar Blade. So I'm like, okay, this thing, lucky isn't carrying the Weather Ball. It is a physical. I'm sure it's got X Scissor and something else. I'm not sure what it'll have. But it obviously doesn't have that much to hit me with, and Solar Blade isn't doing too much. Being a physical attacker as well, the Swaggers will help if it hits itself in Confusion, but obviously it's going to give him boosts. But at this stage, looking at how much it's doing, it's not going to matter. But my priority at this stage wasn't actually the Confusion, it was get the Poison up so I can start wearing out. I'll get the Swagger the next turn as long as I don't miss, because you know how Swagger loves to miss at vital crucial points. Sorry, there we go, Leaf Blade. So he doesn't have to worry about the sun. So he's going for the critical hit at this stage. And, that could be a bit of a worry, especially with attack boosts. Gets through the Confusion again, gets through the love, and hits me. Luckily, nothing. So I thought, oh well, I've got everything up I can get. I'm going to go for rest again. What I think is probably best at this stage. So, Toxic's wearing up. I'm like, okay, I don't think he's going to take me out. Unless, as I said, the whole crit thing. Goes for Leaf Blade again. Nothing. What did that take off? 9 damage. So Wormadam is tank at this point. And because it only has one weakness, which is fire, yeah, okay, it's 4 times. But, yeah, guys, it can really work. If you can remove the fire hazards, then you're done. And that is Lurantis down. So that is actually a win there with that team. I could not believe it. When I got that win, I was absolutely gobsmacked. How? Honestly, how did I do that? That was amazing, and I apologized, as I said, profusely to Ekkard, because that was just crazy. But guys, if you have any other suggestions like this, if you want, a full team, I have got more coming up, or the one you might have seen before recently, which was the Toxic or Sleep, where the only aim was to put everybody to sleep or poison them during the battle. They were really cool, even ones that might not include a whole battle, kill 3 Pokemon in a row via Toxic, or just be really creative, guys. If you can think of something creative, chuck it down there. Yeah, it might take me a month to get to, because some of them are hard, and I'm trying to do 2 playthroughs, plus videos, plus this, plus work, plus this, plus organising 4 sport teams, and it just goes on, which is fine. I love doing it all, but, it's awesome to have a list of things to work for, and the weirder the better, honestly. Trust me, the weirder the better in my books. Also, as I said before, shout out again to Ekkard's who I battled, but hey Ekkard, hey Lucy. But actual shout out to Seaweaves again. Check out his Instagram. It's in the part just After this, in the closing in the bottom corner, he does the opening and closings to the videos, plus a little bit sometimes of thumbnails and stuff. Plus he has some pretty cool memes that he makes around the place, so you really should check them out. So guys, if you did like this video, you know, Confusion Race, Swagger, or flatter that like button. I don't care which one you do as long as it has a confusion result. And, you know, it always helps me out. And guys, until my next video, I'll see ya.